Let's talk about this thing called surrender. If you're a parent who is raising a child with, you know, additional needs, you have an autism diagnosis, developmental disability, this one is for you. You see, I did not know that I had issues with waiting until I started my therapy journey with my child. And coming from the healthcare space, I had a timeline of when I should see the changes. See, I've seen patients go to therapy, and I thought maybe my case with my child is going to be the same. And little did I know I was in for a rude awakening. Things were not happening as quickly as I wanted them. And we went for a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Very little change. And I was not happy with the change. I wanted things to happen. I wanted them to move very quickly. And you can't blame me for that. I mean, who wants, if your child is going to therapy, you want to see progress, and you want to see that progress as quickly as possible. I'm yet to see a parent who is doing all this, and they're not expecting anything. Of course, I was expecting results. But here is what I forgot. That I was not in control. Mine was to show up, support my child, and leave the rest. And so I want to share two things that helped me go through this season. It was a very tough season. The first thing that I had to do was I had to let go the control. The need to control when things were going to happen, how they were going to happen, and how quickly the results came. I mean, I was so focused on that outcome, it was not even funny. And so that one I learned the hard way. The second thing I had to do was I had to step out of the way and surrender everything to God. As a person of faith, this is big. I had to come to a point where, you know what, God, I'm going to surrender everything to you. I'm going to surrender my efforts. I am going to surrender my child. I'm going to surrender everything that have to do with this journey. I am going to leave it to you, because you have the power to make it happen, and you know when. And so I had to believe that in the fullness of time, God was going to make things beautiful. I had to surrender. And I'm telling you, it's not easy to surrender, but I had to. Here is the most weirdest thing that I'm going to tell you, that right after I did those two things, I let go, I stopped fighting the process, and then I give it to God. Guess what? Things started happening. We started making progress. And I'm not talking about small progress. I'm talking about small, big, notable progress. And so today I want to speak to that parent who maybe you just started your journey and are feeling some type of way. I want to tell you that from one parent who has been where you are, that you can do it, but you don't have to go through the hell that I went through. You don't have to experience what I experienced those days. There was that feeling I was feeling. When you're forcing things and they're not working, when you're pushing things and they're not happening as quickly as you hope them to happen, there is that feeling, that bad feeling, nasty feeling in there. I don't want you to go through that. And that is why I'm sharing the things that I've learned along the way. So step out of the way. Support your child. Make sure that they have everything they need. And then step out of the way. Let things be. Do not fight the process. The second one, and this is very big, believe God. We can do everything. We can support our children. We can pray. But I believe that at the end of the day, we can do all these things. We can do all these things. But the man up there holds the key to everything. So if you're out there and you're feeling some type of way, I want you to know that you're not alone. And this journey is possible. Joy is possible. Contentment is possible. But we have to let go and let God.